Hey guys, it's Jess and welcome back to my channel. So being Monday, of course, it's that time of the week where we get into my kitchen because it's time for another video for my new playlist, Brain Food. And I'm really excited for today's video because I know Christmas is just around the corner. I'm seeing all of these gorgeous Christmas decorations all around the street and it's so beautiful, I absolutely love it. And I know a lot of you guys are getting into the Christmas and holiday spirit. So I thought I'd actually do a bit of a healthier take on my sister's gingerbread men. And I thought I would make a gluten-free and vegan-friendly recipe for it. So we're gonna try it out today and hopefully it all goes really well. So let's get started. So first I'm going to add all of the dry ingredients into my mixing bowl and then I'm going to do all of the wet ingredients afterwards and we'll combine them at the end. Okay, so first thing I'm going to add is the gluten-free flour. So I'm going to add 1.5 cups of that flour. Now I'm using gluten-free because I am sensitive to gluten and I also thought it would make this recipe a lot healthier as well. So I'm going to add, that's about half a cup, I'll add 1 more cup of that. And I'm really excited because I'm actually using my brand new mixing bowl. So I finally went and invested in some cooking utensils, guys. Okay, so that's the flour in there. Now I'm gonna add some different spices. Now I've added half a teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of ginger, cloves, and also nutmeg. So I've just combined them in this little dish over here and I'm just going to sprinkle them onto the flour. And I'm also going to add half a teaspoon of bicarb soda so that the dough is going to be nice and fluffy and it'll rise. Okay, so that's all the dry ingredients. Let's give that a bit of a stir and then we'll do the wet ingredients separately. Okay, I'm just giving it a little mix and I really love the smell of the spices. I don't know, I always loved gingerbread as a kid and I never was really allowed to have many of them because they weren't very healthy, but I think that this recipe is going to mean that we can have as many gingerbread as we want during the holiday season, so don't have to feel guilty. And now I'm going to add all of the wet ingredients. So I've got another little mixing bowl here and I'm going to start off by adding a teaspoon of melted coconut oil. So you can always just pop a little bit of coconut oil in the microwave for just 10 seconds. It melts really, really quickly, so you don't need to wait that long. Then I'm also adding 1/4 of a glass of rice milk. Again, because this recipe is vegan friendly, I'm using rice milk, but you can also use almond milk, soy, coconut milk, probably not coconut milk actually because it's a really strong flavor. So yeah, I'd opt for almond, soy or rice milk. So in that goes with my mixture. And now for the sweet stuff. Okay, so I'm adding half a cup of molasses and this is exactly what is going to make the gingerbread have that really nice sweetness and it's just, oh, it's amazing. Look at that. Okay, so that's half a cup there and I'm just gonna add that in. Oh, it looks amazing. And then for a little bit more sweetness, I'm adding some rice malt syrup. I've got organic rice syrup here and I'm just gonna pop in 2 tablespoons. It doesn't need to be that much, it's just gonna add a little bit more sweetness. So I'm gonna squeeze 2 tablespoons of that into the mixture. Beautiful. And then, of course, we also need to add a little bit of vanilla extract too. So, put that aside. Now, I just ran out of vanilla extract, so I had to buy a new one, and of course, it's hard to really hard to open these. Okay, now I'm just gonna add half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So, just being very careful it doesn't all pour out. Beautiful. Okay, time to mix the wet ingredients now. Alright, so I'm just going to whisk this all together, make sure everything mixes in nicely, and then we're going to combine both of the mixtures together. And also guys, if you have made gingerbread before or you just absolutely love gingerbread, please thumbs up this video and comment below because I feel like it's a bit of an acquired taste. Not everybody loves gingerbread because it does have a very strong taste. It's got a lot of different spices in there as well, but I think it's so yum. So yeah, if you guys like gingerbread, comment below. Okay, that's looking really nice. It looks really glossy and you can just see the molasses gives it that beautiful dark color. So I'm going to pour that into my blue mixing bowl because it's much larger, and then I'm going to mix everything together. And that's exactly what is going to form our dough, which will then set in the fridge or freezer for a little while, and then we can use it to cut out our little gingerbread men. Okay, so all of the ingredients have mixed in really nicely. However, my mixture is not as thick as I would like it to be because it is supposed to form a dough, and then we're going to roll it out so that we can actually cut out our little gingerbread men. So I think I'm going to add another half a cup of gluten-free flour and just see how that goes. Okay, hopefully this is going to be enough, and also I'm hoping I didn't just add too much. So I think it's just important that when you're in the kitchen, you can exercise some flexibility and just wing it. Sometimes you have to add some more of certain ingredients, so yeah, you just have to see how things turn out because like life, you never really know what's going to happen. So this is actually looking a lot better, and I'm just going to give it a really good mix, and then I think our dough will be ready, and I'm going to pop it in the freezer for 20 minutes just because if it's in the fridge it takes a bit longer and I don't really have time for that. So yeah, I'm going to mix this through and then we'll pop it in the freezer. Okay, so there's my dough. It doesn't look that appetizing, but I'm just laying it out on some glad wrap and then securing it on both sides, sort of like a little lolly, and this is going to go in the freezer for 20 minutes. So time to put this away, and in the meantime, I think I'm going to go and make a snack. Okay, so I've just taken the dough out of the freezer. I left it in there for 20 minutes, and now we're going to roll it out and start cutting out our little gingerbread men. So I've actually got 2 sheets of baking paper here. I'm going to place one on top, and then I'm going to use my rolling pin to roll out the dough. And I would advise that you try and keep the dough's thickness around 1 centimetre high, just so that when you want to peel off those little gingerbread stencils and actually put them in the oven, that they're not going to fall apart. So I'm going to start rolling it forward and backwards, and then also to the side as well, just so that I get it nice and evenly spread out. Alright, now that I've rolled out the dough, I'm going to tear off this sheet of baking paper. And this is just so much easier than trying to get all of that dough off the rolling pin at the end, which is just really frustrating. So yeah, I really advise you guys to use 2 sheets of baking paper. And then I'm going to take my little gingerbread stencil cookie cutter, and I'm just going to cut out a couple of them. Now, I haven't really made a very large batch. I'm just going to make 3 or 4. But if you wanted to double all of the ingredients, then you'd be able to make a much larger batch. So I think these make for really cute little Christmas or holiday gifts as well. I know that my sister used to make her friends gingerbread houses and also little gingerbread men, and they absolutely loved it. So this actually makes for a really good and cheap DIY Christmas present too. Okay, now that my gorgeous little gingerbread men are ready, I'm going to put them in the oven. I've actually been preheating the oven at 150 degrees Celsius for about 15 minutes now. So they're going to stay in the oven for 30 minutes, and I'm going to check them after about 15 or 20 minutes just to see how they're going. Make sure that they don't burn because they aren't that thick, so they might actually cook a little bit quicker. But I would say that they're about 1 centimetre thick. So I'm going to pop them in the oven, and then comes the waiting game. Okay, so the gingerbread are all nice and baked. They look so cute. So I ended up cooking them for 30 minutes at 150 degrees Celsius, and then I left them to cool for a good hour just because we're going to ice and decorate them now, and we don't want the icing to just get all runny and heat up. So now I'm going to pop them on this plate one by one and get creative. Now I went to the supermarket and I actually just bought some ready-made icing sugar because I thought I'd save myself some time. But good news, it is vegan friendly, it is gluten-free, and that makes me very happy. But if you guys wanted to actually melt some vegan dark chocolate, then you could even use that for decorating your little gingerbread men too. So whatever you guys like. And I'm just going to take the top off, and I think for this one I'm going to decorate him with just a little smiley face and some little buttons, and maybe another one I'll do a bow tie, and yeah, we'll see how we go. The hole, or the size of the opening of this icing sugar is actually quite large, so his eyes are pretty big. It's a little bug-eyed, but I think it's okay. I don't really have another choice. Alright, on to the next one. I think I'm going to keep it quite simple and just do a bow tie because he turned out okay. I'm not judging, I'm not criticising him, but his face looks a little weird. Okay, there you have it, a healthy vegan take on the traditional gingerbread men for Christmas time. I'm really happy with how these turned out. I actually was a little bit scared that they weren't going to bake properly or they were going to crumble, but that didn't end up being the case. And whilst the icing sugar made that one look a little bit weird, it worked really well for bow ties and just little buttons. So I think that's a really cute look. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, then thumbs up so let me know, and also comment below if you guys liked Gingerbread Men and if you liked today's video too. And if you guys want to check out some previous videos, I'll also leave some cards up above. I am going to be taking a week off over Christmas and New Year's time because we all need to have a little bit of a rest and a break and recharge for a very busy and exciting 2017. So we'll be posting up until Christmas Day, and then I'll have a week off and I'll be posting my videos in the new year. So stay tuned because I'm working on some really exciting stuff. And if you guys haven't already subscribed and you don't want to miss out on my upcoming videos, then click my face over there to subscribe. And also click this image over here to check out a previous video. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's video of brain food. Merry Christmas, have a very happy holiday and a very happy new year as well to all of you guys. I love you so much, and may 2017 bring so much joy, health, success and love all of your way. Alright guys, I'll see you very soon. Bye!